You know, Stephen need to do like a commercial for our show and have all the cucumber beers and go to like a spa. Because
Cucumbers are the guys. Cucumbers in the glass.
Yeah, we're gonna see. You be furious. You don't leave blood down. Yeah, this was here. Hey guys, I am Ryan and this is Khalil.
We are Beers of a Feather, a show that brings great questions
With even better brews. Today we are up at Oceanside, California at Oceanside Brewing Company. Here with Mr. Tomas himself.
Nice to meet you guys.
Thank you for having us. Well, again, cheers, brother. Cheers. Us out here. I love this place.
Thank you.
We have been having such luck lately with the craft breweries and just having such a cool bill niche inside the brewery. Besides the craft itself, the journey when you walk in this door and all the fun stuff that you get.
Yeah, that's what I love about going to all the different breweries. You're always going to find something new, something different. They always have their own little feel to it and vibe. And I am loving this vibe right here at Oceanside. We're going to go ahead and start off with the first beer.
Yeah.
Are we going right to left here?
We're going on the right to the left. So start on this end.
Gotcha.
First hand out. This.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So the first beer we're doing is called Be Cool. It's a lager, but it also has cucumber, mint, and lime. So it's kind of, reminiscent of if you go to a hotel lobby and they got that cool water. So it's super refreshing summer beer. Easy. I use real ingredients, so it's not over extracted flavor or anything like that. And you kind of get these little twinges of things and then a little cucumber at the end.
We've been to a few different breweries that have cucumber beers, and they always talk about the story of the making, like having to peel all of these. It's already it's a pain.
I mean, I use fresh fruit or sometimes purees, but like as fresh as I can get. I have a couple local farmers that I work with. It's a pain in the butt, but at the other end, this is what I want to drink. It's worth it. And that's exciting. I mean, we make a watermelon beer once a year, and it's just like hours and hours of juice and watermelon, and it's fun. It's experimenting. And I get people to just come to help me or whatever, but it's totally worth it. Again, but man, it's cucumbers definitely was okay. Cheers. So if you get the flavors, whether it goes back in the lager, so it's not too overpowering or anything like that. Especially like on that hot day, crisp up and so on.
Yeah, it is. This is the first one that caught my eye when I looked at the menu. I was like, we gotta try that one.
Well, it's got
cucumber on. Yeah,
cool.
Be cool, man. Just be cool.
All crap about it.
You can.
Yeah, cool.
Everyone can use.
Well, it's like cool as a cucumber.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just like I don't think you meant that. We'll cook that. And that made nice.
This one's really.
Well, yeah, it's an easy drinker, and just especially like I said for showing yours, like
As cucumber beers I've been trying so far, they seem good.
I go with some too. She apprehends a little bit too because I'm like, that's pretty. Well, you don't want a salad. And you're some.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's a very distinct flavor.
Yeah,
and you guys are doing it right.
I think that is the key is to bring it back to taste like beer.
Yeah,
and that's. I think a lot of times when people do flavored beers, they're not a lot. There's some really good ones out there. But sometimes when people do, they want you to taste that flavor so much that at the end it's not beer or, and that's, there's a place for that. But especially in a light beer, I want it to come back to the lightness. You don't want like a heaviness on your tongue afterwards because you're at the river or something. You just want it crisp and go away. And
Stephen need to do like a commercial for our show and have all the cucumber beers and go to like a spa. Because
cucumbers are the guys. Cucumbers in the glass.
Yeah, we're gonna see. You be furious. You don't leave blood down. This was here.
Here, give this song to where you're going.
Well, it's gonna be fun.
Yeah, always fun.
Man, I love that beer. That's fun beer. Yeah, obviously did too. We must have eaten.
Oh no, it was really good. And the best part about it is that you could really taste the mint at the end.
Yeah, it's kind of for beer for me should be like it's like a symphony,
it's like a cucumber beer with you.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's really.
We do a version of it actually with mango and chili, and we call it Cholo Vito Loco. And it's so good because it's like that spice comes in at the end, but you still get those cucumber things, and it's a pretty bomb.
That sounds good. So
I'm loving this beer here already.
I'm super excited to get out this next.
Yeah, so this next one is a pre-mail. So it's kind of like a blonde we do with rice with the pre-mail yeast, and then it is with coffee in it with caramel and sea salt. So it's just a light treat with the little coffee flavors. I put coffee in at the end, so it doesn't do any color thing to it or anything like that. But it's just kind of a fun little.
I took one look at that menu and I was like, oh my God, we're going to have a good time. Yeah. Seriously, yeah.
So I didn't have this cab beat. Not talking to them.
Yeah, this is breakfast.
Well, right?
You know,
There we go.
not too heavy, but all flavors.
9 a.m. guys, let's do this. And random coffee, like as it comes up, you beat.
Yes.
And then you get that little caramel and sea salt, but not too sweet.
Yes.
And then it goes into that creaminess at the end.
It's like a caramel macchiato.
Yeah, for sure. Exactly. You know, the women love this beer, but men do too. It's weird.
Yeah, this is really good.
There's something, and I think it's the caramel. There's a sweetness.
Yeah, right at
Oh man,
and it just goes with the creaminess of the pre-meal right at the end. And kind of it's like frothy at the end.
it's so amazing.
This beer is very, very unique because I've had coffee stouts, I've had coffee pilsners, but I've never had a coffee cream ale.
Right, and it's just soft. It's like that.
Yeah,
rapid
because
thing,
it's light. It has that sweetness to it. It has an taste of coffee.
but not
But
overpowering.
It's not overpowering at all. Yeah.
I mean, it's all about balance. That's really like what I try to achieve is just the balance of everything, where it's not going to pull you so far one direction you can't come back.
You know, there's not. Is there any type of fruit notes that I'm getting?
That's just, I think, from the coffee. So coffee, sometimes you'll get some of those fruit notes, like those dark berry flavors, things like that. So this is a dark, more of espresso bean, and then with the caramel and sea salt kind of brings it up.
So I get that coffee right off the bat, then get like this a little fruit note, and then it gets into a really awesome caramel, and then you get that cream.
Yep, you get free dough itself has like a little fruity bouquet from the yeast. It's not fruit, but just in what it is, it's that kind of acid.
Yeah. I'm loving this beer. This
Yeah,
is
it's
really
fun.
good.
That's a fun freaking.
Yeah.
How much caffeine is?
I mean, I am
Like
like,
zero.
but it's not going to be that much. I mean,
Okay.
I basically, let's bring it down to a size we can think about 5 gallons. You're basically putting enough coffee for like a pot of coffee. So, you know, in the 5 gallons, so that's 56 beers. So a pot of coffee stretched from that. So really not that much where it's going to jitter you or anything like that. I do make other beers that are stronger with coffee, but this one's supposed to be just like I can see.
Yeah. No, this is super fun.
I like this one. This is really good. Yeah. I'm really loving this beer.
This makes me feel better about having a beer and
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I really don't have any issues with having.
Remember,
But we should get better.
I'm just like, yeah, that's my coffee, you know?
yeah. Well, beer is team memory.
It is food.
It is.
Thank you. Thank you. That was the real food.
Yeah.
Food you can trust.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Dang it.
What a fun beer.
Yeah.
Yep, that one does it. Easy.
You know, these are really good, man. These are really good.
That's so enjoyable. And because it's like, you did make it hoppy.
No.
And I think that's important for this beer.
Oh, 100%.
Because you already have so many different things that's happening that if you hopped it at the end,
It take away from everything.
I
Yeah.
think it's absolutely the same.
Like the light hop that's in it keeps the cream ale from being too sweet, but then you add a lot, just a little bit more because of the caramel that's in it.
Yep. Yeah.
But then the salt kind of brings it back down.
This is so balanced.
I like that. I like that.
See, that's definitely a fan favorite.
Yeah, you're doing a really good job on brewing the beer.
All right, so should we move on? So this is a super special one. I want to throw it on there. Not one we have all the time. I work with a lot of local farmers. One in particular, Rodney Kawano Farms down the street. He brings me all kinds of goodness just because he wants me to make beer out of it, which is amazing.
Yeah.
And so he's a big strawberry farmer, or the family is. And so every summer he brings me strawberries out there, but every summer he brings me this batch of strawberries. He's like, these are the best strawberries. I process them, make a beer. And so every year it kind of changes a little bit, but the kind of what I'd strive for is a strong blonde. I do some kind of local honey from Temecula, and then these strawberries. So last year was a Belgian, so it's 10.5. This one's 9.1. It's actually with a lemon-free yeast, so it's the yeast that people use in hazy beer. It's not a hazy; it has a slight like fruit haze, but that yeast has fruit characteristics and things like that. So wildflower honey from Temecula, strawberries from Oceanside, 9.1%, and then it's aged for about 2 weeks on French oak. So very special beer. Just thought we'd throw it out there because it's here and it won't be forever. Ooh. And so cheers. This is called the Moon's RANSOM. We kept her locked up and now we're letting her out.
Hell yeah. Oh, wow.
But it's a fresh strawberries. Like, you can't beat that.
It's so
like creamy and yummy, and then you get that little oakiness at the end, but not overdone. It was just like touch some of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a special.
Yeah, it's really good. It almost tastes like a Belgian to me.
For sure, and so part of that is the fresh fruit because I don't pasteurize the fruit. We process it, freeze it, so it'll kill like anything bad. But you're gonna get little touches of lactobacillus that come onto it, things like that. And so at the end of the day, it's not a sour, it's not Belgian yeast, but Belgian yeast is characteristic of what's around it.
Correct.
And so this is an Oceanside, I won't call it funk, but an Oceanside, like a little bit of touch of that type of.
I think I agree with just the ingredients localized around Oceanside and the fact, like, where you say the honey's from?
Temecula. So, yeah.
So both, but I mean,
45 and 30.
well, Temecula region is made.
Oh, yeah. You've got wine, they've got agriculture, so their honey, the honey there, they put their hives in all the different orchards, so they get that type of flavor. So nice.
And then bringing that all over to your beer. This is this is a dangerous beer.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
That's the one older got your allergy.
Yeah.
And me,
That was that game Khalil, because he's like, man, you know.
I know, I had to do one shoe in mine. I'm a sucker.
Glory, this is.
I mean,
Yeah. And you got 2 of these a night.
I didn't give you the pints of that one, though, so, you got to be a little thing.
Yeah.
But, that one you can save and sip on for the rest of the time, too.
You don't, but that's so smooth. You have to, remind yourself.
Very, very
And I keep saying that. Like, my brain needs to remap itself to say, okay, that's got a lot of alcohol in this.
Yeah.
Because I'm so used to, okay, we taste this. This is a heavy, this is strong.
Yep.
A triple.
Oh, it's mats.
Yeah.
So the honey picks up the alcohol without giving it that hot flavor, and that's like part of the essence of it. And so without the honey, it'd be about a 6% beer, and then you throw that honey amount that I do, and it dumps up to about.
So the honey's so light. Like, it doesn't hold the power. And that's the honeys where you're just like, oh, that's.
It kind of depends when you put it into the beer too. And so this one I put in basically the Whirlpool. People do Whirlpool hops, so you get some of the flavor, but it breaks it down as well. If you put it in more into the boil, you're going to get even less honey flavor. And so if you put it in, at the end, you're going to get more honey flavor. So depending on when you're doing like every ingredient here in the process, it's going to change that flavor. So this was meant to be in there, have a little flavor, but not be sweet, because the strawberries are going to kick it in anyway. And then, rest.
I'm loving this beer right here.
We got the helicopters. Yeah, they have we have an airport right there, but the landing pad for all the rescue boats. So so they have the firefighter training thing right there, and they took out in there. So hopefully everyone's all right, but that's the risk.
Nice.
So,
I'm gonna have to sip on.
Yeah, that's a sipper.
and it's super smooth. I'm kind of challenge myself to not read that like I did the other two.
Yeah. So it's really
Doesn't down it.
We'll move to the next one.
I'm gonna tell you right now. I've got to some of this song.
I'm like, oh God, you're thinking like Crowder.
I'm just gonna watch it. I'm just gonna watch it. As a drink, people notice his double IPAs and stuff, and he's into hockey beers. Oh, but absolutely. He's gonna be he's gonna drink this, and he's like, oh my God.
We were just up at the Mammoth Brew Festival. They do Blues-a-Palooza, so it's blues concert, and one of the best beer festivals in the world.
Oh, I gotta go to
They're
there.
in the Pines. It's amazing.
I'm a huge
Amazing. They always have top blues artists, and you have to go to it next year. It's always beginning of August. But every year I bring this beer or the iteration of it, and day one is people are like, oh, okay. By the end of the day, people are like, this first to me, there's a line. And then the second day, they're like, thanks to the show. It's not official, but to show, because no one makes beers like this. Or they do, but you don't get them or whatever. But it's just a very special beer. And
you absolutely know what you're doing with all these beers.
That's a lot of experiment for you with 20 years. That's the one thing about home brewing. I mean, there's something to be said about the professional setting and learning in that, but there's something about experimentation. And you can't always experiment the same way in a professional setting that you can. So I think some of the best brewers in the world were ones that experimented that I love beer for 20 years or whatever, and they got professional and learned how to get the science and make it cleaner, and on they continued a small batch at home.
Yeah, it's just a kitty chef.
Yeah.
So chefs will come up with the new recipes because they're cooking in it.
Yep.
You're trying the
Well, it's a knowledge of ingredients too,
Yeah.
and that's like knowing what an ingredient will do, and like I said, during the process when you put it in, it's going to be totally different. And so if you haven't had like 1,000 beers of like just trying different things, then you won't know what that ingredient does during the process. No matter how you look at it, you can guess until you do it.
Yeah.
So just having that background of just like, okay, I'm going to try this, I'm going to try this, we're going to throw this in there, and then the realization, I think one of the biggest realizations is how much, for me personally, like yeast is being cheap. Like, I know that a lot of breweries are using Cali and a lot of their beers. It's easy and it's efficient. It's a shoot through everything and whatever, but the nuances of beers come from the yeast and also all the ingredients. But to be able to have like that choice of yeast to put in for the different beer to try to make really will make.
Yeah. We're going to get into the last one.
Yeah,
that's my
here. So this one is Singles Club.
Singles Club.
I'm no longer a member because I have a wonderful woman. But it's a great beer anyway. So this is a Belgian. We're going to Belgian. Belgian blonde. We're kind of keeping it with the blonde beans today, but with orange blossom honey. So this is a showcase for the honey.
Oh.
Orange blossom. That's all that orange is straight from the honey. So once again, low lopped. It's a 6.9%. So the honey kicked it up a little bit, but it's just all this smooth.
You put the honey in a different acid.
So that one is, so that one's even farther, so the first one was at the beginning of the whirlpool, so this is about 20 minutes later, right at the very, very end. So the least heat that you can get onto it, but also like have it a part of it. And unless you're doing it on like a farther stage, but then you get less of the fermentation. And so it's going to be a lot of sweetness. But this honey in particular, orange blossom honey from Temecula, is like one of the most effervescent, like flavorful things of honey there is basically. And so this is just purely a showcase of that beauty.
Yeah. Well, this is
so good. Oh my God.
And it's 6.9, so it's, it'll drop you if you drink pints of it. But it's cool. It's got like that little tartness too.
Yeah.
And that's also from the honey. And it's just that little, like, that oranginess comes out of it.
This is a really good beer.
Yeah.
And I know I've said that about all the other beers, but this one has a very, very
the one.
Yeah. I want to share that. It's so the one. No, they were all really good. Like I know when I looked at that menu, I was like, all of these beers sound great. I want to try all of them. And every single one that we put on the grill is so good.
They all hopefully taste like what they say.
Yeah.
Without a, like I said, I don't want to pull in too many directions. And none of these are hoppy beers. We have hoppy beers at I don't know, I forgot what you're drinking, but anyways.
That too.
Wait, he's like, there's one nothing. I've had this still.
No, I haven't.
But definitely the theme of the day was, is he drinking? It's early in the morning, yeah.
Yeah.
He said, I'm the passenger, so.
Yeah.
Good to go.
Yeah.
And you got to drive it. Good.
Yeah.
We're working off for the next 12 hours.
Just going.
It is not, so you get a lot of honey, but it's not over sweet.
No.
Yeah,
I think
it's really cool.
It's fermented all the way out. This thing's dry as a bone.
Yeah.
It has like the residual sweetness, but that's like part of this. So the yeast that I use on this is a monastery yeast by Belgian. And it's indicative, like for me, it always dries beers like totally. So you have like zero sugar left in it for the most part, maybe like a couple tiny points. And so, especially with honey and things like that, where you don't want sweetness on it, it's a great yeast to just like take all the sugars and just chew through it. Because some yeast, with honey, there's different breakdowns, can't actually eat all those sugars.
Mm-hmm.
And so they'll peter out and die off before it actually gets to that.
Doing that, do you get a higher alcohol?
Oh, yeah.
So, okay, that's it's 0.9.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
The sugar that's eaten transfers into alcohol. So
Yeah.
each sugar and the byproducts are CO2 and alcohol.
Yeah.
Those are like
And I'm bringing that back up. So a lot of times with beers, you'll get a lot of grain flavors, but your carbonation, the CO2 levels, has been on our shist.
it's important.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yes,
Well, some of them you don't want too tingly, Like on IPA, you want super tingly, like frothy, or certain Belgians. Belgians, you almost want like a tiny bit less like pingy in the CO2, but because of the ingredients and because of the yeast, you usually get frothy heads. So it's like a misnomer when you see it, you think it's going to be like that super like spiky CO2, but it's softer and whatnot, and that's like the ingredients in the beast.
these have been very balanced. Yeah, we're like, sometimes I'll get this style of beer, but I feel like it's flat. And it's not on purpose.
No, it's the ingredients too. These are bodies too.
Right.
Yeah, because you have like a thicker body too.
Yeah.
And so if you got the molecules, the CO2 is like trying to adhere to oxygen things. When on the beer, so we have different bodies or thickness, like it won't adhere the same. You know,
This one is like everyone has been so perfectly found flavor to the CO2 content that nothing overpowers you. You're doing exactly what you're saying. What you're saying is the journey of tea.
exact.
And
And every stage of that should be enjoyable, but different, you know. And that's the ingredient. Like for me, it's all about the ingredients, really. And and when you do it, but it's like if you start with good ingredients and you go the whole way through and you use really good yeast and different types of yeast, it's gonna be a journey.
Yeah.
And when you cut any of those short, you're gonna have flat notes in the beer, and you're gonna get through that to get to this, and then you're like, that's great, and then you're left with this or something like that. And so, really, like my main goal in all beers I make is to try to think of that well-roundedness, and you know, and this doesn't mean I won't make a crazy beer left field sometimes, but
I can tell you're very, very knowledgeable in the craft, man. I can totally tell just by the beer when I'm tasting you. And you also have this nice patio in that too.
Yeah,
Which is really nice.
you'll take up shots.
But we closed down the door because of the
You take some shots before you go.
Yeah,
we have giant patio. We got
stage back there. Yeah, for like bands.
yeah, we need live music, comedy shows. You have an open mic every Thursday night, which brings in like it amazing me, the talent that comes in.
Yep.
Always the last hour turns into a jam with everybody just doing things.
Nice.
I grab a mic. I used to be an hip hop guru, so I like to get on the mic whenever I can.
Nice.
That kind of thing. So you know, it's fun. Like
the end, they just go beyond the mic and everybody runs.
I do like being on the mic for like.
I've always looked at like Oceanside being like a hidden gem.
It's totally
to like the Sandiego County. And you guys here at Oceanside Brewery, you guys are like your own hidden gem here. Like just the location. It's like you would never even think that this place.
I mean, there's certainly still people that come in that are like, I live in Mountain here. I don't know how you're geeks, but I don't. Yeah. Once again, that balance, I haven't pushed it. I love my family time. I love my career and all these things. So it's like you get busier, you lose that time, and so I haven't pushed it in that way. It's an organic thing. It's word of mouth, and we get great people in here because of that, which is awesome. But yeah, we're a hidden gem and a hidden jet, and Oceanside's changing and growing too at the same time. We've had a lot of growth in the downtown area. I mean, it was a scary place for a lot of people to come to at one time. Now, it's one of the top-rated like beach little zones down there.
Yeah. So what was the TV show that?
Animal something.
Yeah.
Yep, I know what you're talking about. And Kingdom. That's yeah.
Oh, dude.
No, it's
I watched that. I was like, we got back in the ocean. See, I'm gonna die.
well, yeah. I mean, honestly, it might have been worse than that back in at certain areas. But also, I think that the variety of people in this town also make it what it is. It's something that I'm drawn to too in terms of variety. And so, one of the biggest things that kept it what it was for so long is having the military base here, and it brings in a lot of influx of people. That's good, that's bad, or whatever, but it keeps it a certain way. And so, as far as like coastal cities, it was like a last stand of like not being taken over by money or this and that, and like there's very passionate locals to keep it that way. And so it is a daily fight of identity and all those things. And you know, as to be Oceanside Brewing Company and to have that name is like an honor. I feel like I got really lucky to even get it, and so to try to keep that hometown feeling and that community sense as I grow is super important to me.
Well, it's a community brewer. Sure. So like you said, oh man, they decorate, they do their stuff, they bring stuff for you. This is like a community garden.
Because I can't do it every day, and I'm not that cool.
No, you're cool, Brent. You're cool. You're cool. Yeah, you're cool. Then you're cool.
Fear. Hey guys, I'm Brian. This is Khalil. Beers of a Feather, Oceanside Brewery.
Tomas.
OCC Brewery has joined the flock, everybody.
That's right. I'm a member. I found it down here. Cheers.